Oh wait. Hello guys and welcome. Um if it's your first time here, welcome to Whoville. Um if it's not your first time here, welcome back to Whoville. Your citizenship has been renewed for another episode. Um Before we get into how I found out I was in love with a drug addict, and I give you people the room to judge me, let me just say we're all human. We all go through things. We all fall short of the glory of God. And sometimes our decisions get the best of us. And sometimes our feelings get the best of us. And then when you fall in love, listen. A lot of people want to be like, oh, ain't you gay? Ain't you da 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 da? Listen, I don't subscribe to any of that. I do not subscribe. I don't subscribe. If the pussy is good, I want it. If the ass is good, I want it. If the dick is good, I want it. That's just me. I can't speak to a group of people because I'm only one person, you know what I'm saying? And I can only speak to my experience because at the end of the day, regardless of who you are, where you come from, or who you were raised by, no two people agree 100% on everything. There are some people who agree 90% on stuff, but nobody agrees 100% on everything about every topic or every subject matter. That's just not a thing. It's not a thing. We pretend like it is, but everybody's experience on this earth, from the time they're born to the time that they die, is an individual lived experience. Everybody lives an individual experience. Everybody has a different relationship with God. Everybody comes from a different walk of life. No two people, even two people who grow up in the same house with the same parents and the same rules, don't grow up to be the same person. And the reason why it's important for me to have this conversation with you guys is because I think it's important that we, in the words of Candace Owens, think while it's still legal. And this was a hiccup in my life where I wasn't thinking, where my heart and my emotions got the best of me. But it has, overall, the experience has changed me for the better. I was stupid in love like Rihanna. I was stupid in love. Yeah. Stupid in love. I was stupid in love. Listen, we had thought we found love in a hopeless page and some more shit. Okay, you guys? And I don't know. I really, honestly, I don't know. It's been a challenge getting to a place to where I'm mature enough to even have this conversation, honestly. Because when I used to have the conversation, it was, to me, it wasn't coming from a place of peace. It was coming from a place of hurt. It was coming from a place of longing. It was coming from a place of heartbreak. And there was just a point in my life where I had an issue even just thinking straight. Like, I was so engulfed in this person to a point to where it crippled me to where I couldn't work. I participated in a lot of activities that Keldrick don't participate in. But whoever that character or alter ego I was at the time, we getting back on track, and I can't really judge myself for that. I can't. It's taking a lot of work, but I would say I've started to forgive myself for letting myself down, because that's the whole thing. There's no nigga. Oh, let me not use that word because there might be white tea people watching. So there's no man. There's no man. There's no woman. There's no situation that there's no situation where it's okay for you to be sacrificing who you are. There's no reason for you to be putting yourself into a box for anything or anybody. And when that happens, it's time for you to figure out the next steps. And sometimes it's hard, and I'm telling you because listen, nobody could have told me in 2016 that 10 years later I would be filing for a divorce. You understand? When I got married and I took that oath under God, it was for sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse. So for me, being naive, being in love, I was blind to a lot of things. And it really wasn't that I was blind. I would say I had selective sight. Like, I would pick and choose what it was that I wanted to see, or not even that I wanted to see. I would say it wasn't even sight, because you really can't help what you see. I would say that it was selective acceptance. So I programmed myself to accept the good things and ignore the bad things in order to keep the relationship moving forward. So me and my ex, we met in middle school. And from the very first time that I laid eyes on her, I don't know if it was love at first sight. I don't know if it was infatuation. I don't know what it was, but it was just something about her. And I had to have her, and I needed her, and I wanted her so bad. And I remember being in middle school, and she was just a different type of girl, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't like one of those, do you want to be my girlfriend, yes or no, on a noble piece of paper type of person. She probably set the tone for me as I grew up in life, and I've dated other people. She set the tone for how I maneuver and earn my spot into someone's heart. And I do it from a genuine place every time, you know. But anyways, so because I know y'all gonna be looking at me like, oh my God, you're so stupid. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Your mama's stupid. Your mama and your daddy is both stupid, because they had your stupid ass. So don't call me stupid, okay? Thank you. But here's the thing. We met in middle school. She was in a grade younger than me, or a grade under me. And so eventually I left the school, and of course she had to stay because she was at a grade younger than me. It wasn't time for her to transition into high school yet. So I transitioned into high school, and when I transitioned into high school, the relationship kind of got strained because you know, when you're a kid and you're in a relationship with somebody, you are heavily dependent upon your parents for it to work because you may need a ride here, you may need a ride there, you might want to pick them up, they might want to pick you up, and you're a kid. So it's not like a thing that you really have control over. So, you know, it got to a point to where we didn't see each other, and I didn't see her for like a year, and then 10th grade year, we got back in communication some way. I don't really remember exactly how, but we got back in communication with each other. And when we got back in communication with each other, um, she had her dad to bring her all the way out to where I lived, and you know, we just kind of picked up where we left off. And then when I was 17, we had goose for the first time. If you don't know what goosing is, that's a word from the South that we use for sex. Instead of saying sex or fucking or anything like that, we say goose, and that's kid friendly. Um, and they gonna think we talking about animals, not dicks, asses, and pussies. Um, so after that, she disappeared. And you know me, I'm so self-righteous, you know what I'm saying? And so full of myself to the point to where I'm just like, damn, was the dick not good? Was the dick not good? So I don't see her for 2 years. And we end up reconnecting. And when we reconnected, she had just got out of a relationship with somebody. And a pretty wealthy guy, comes from a wealthy family, has a lot of businesses, but they had a tumultuous relationship. So I guess she fled him and found me. So our story has always been like, it may be, listen, okay, it's because I was young, stupid. Okay, you guys, I've already crossed the 25 threshold, so I kind of done bumped and scratched and scraped and struggled and digged and all the things to get my mind right because my mind wasn't right. As I'm sitting here telling the story, I'm realizing how crazy this shit is already, and we're not even into the juice yet. So we rekindled around 19 years old. This would have been 2015, 2016. 2016. I think we were 20. We were 20. It was 2016. And we got back together, and at the time, um, I was living in the budget suites, and you know, I really didn't have anywhere else to go. Um, so I mean, I had somewhere else to go, but you know, like I said, I'm very honorary, so I like to have my own space. And I was just in an apartment with one of my roommates from college and his girlfriend and his homeboy and her girlfriend, and everybody's inconsistent with their jobs, everybody's cars are breaking down. I'm one nigga but set up in a dining room area of this one bedroom condo, and we're all living here, right? We're all living here. And I don't know. Anyway, so I ended up moving to the budget suites. We got back in contact with each other. We got back in contact with each other the first day she brought her ass over there. At this time, I don't even have no car. I had just gotten rid of my car because, like I said, it was 2016. I got my first car in 2015, and Child. A mess. So, anyways, I had just gave up my car, whatever, because it was towed down to the flow down, and it was a '01 Mazda Tribute. Um, it got me to Austin a few times. It got me to Houston a few times. I live in Dallas, so it did what it needed to do. For my first car experience. Um, but anyways, so she pulls up, and every time we would like take a break from each other and we would come back together and I would see her, it would be like I would just get filled with all these butterflies and overwhelmed with all these emotions of like what I was considering to be love. But as I get more into the study of like religions and all of that, and I realized that like when you really find your person, you shouldn't have all of that going on inside of you. You should be at a calm. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be all of that butterflies and all of that. Like when you first meet them, yeah, that's one thing, but that's not supposed to stay like that. Um, because I think that's probably when I was first getting in tune with my gut feeling, but my heart and my soul and my brain wasn't all in alignment with each other. So I wasn't really processing that as a bad feeling or a warning. Not necessarily even not necessarily a bad feeling, but just like a warning sign. Like this isn't normal. This is not how this works. And so, anyways, I'm just super head over heels. I have been walking like 2 miles to work every day, back and forth to work. Um, she started taking me to work, and at this point, I have no reason to like assume anything about her or think negatively about her because it, now we're adults. Before now, it was a situation of circumstances and being kids. So it was never no beef or none of that. We've never even really had officially broken up. This is the first time since we were 12 years old. This is the first time. Well, since I was 12 and she was 11. This is the first time that we are actually ending something with closure. This is the first time that we are separating from each other and there's actually an actual separation, and it's not like we've been taken away from each other or life circumstances separated us from each other. It's not that now. It's I don't went to this courthouse and filed for divorce. So we're finally actually coming to an end for real, which is crazy because I never thought that was gonna happen. But sometimes you gotta do what the fuck is best for you, whether you like it or not. And so we're just having a good time. It's a good time. We're like fucking like it's nobody business, and I'm working, getting my money. She's on her thing. Whoop. So now, in all this, we just got back together, and obviously, I'm me. I'm who I am. I don't switch up. I've been the same person since I was a kid. So of course, there were other suitors, and of course, some of them did have beards and penises. And so I had this manager who, like, we had like a whole little crew from my job, and we used to hang out at I don't know why everybody wanted to come to my budget suite. Like, we could have went to any of y'all's houses, but y'all want to come over here. But that's fine. We could do it here. We can get a crack in here. So my manager at that time, he had caught feelings for one of my coworkers or whatever, and so I was kind of close to him, so I hooked him up or whatever, and I'm not I would say I'm aromantic. I'm not a romantic. I'm a romantic. And so essentially, I have issues catching like when somebody's interested in me, I will miss it all. Like I'm so like do 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 do. I don't be knowing what's going on, and if you don't say the words like "Oh, I like you so much," or "I'm interested in you," or "I want to be with you," it's like in my brain, I'm never gonna pick that up. I'm just gonna think like you're my homeboy or you're my homegirl, and you're cool and you're nice, and we rock out because I'm really cool. I'm really nice. I'm really close with my friends. You know. Um, I would probably argue that the only thing that separates my friends from somebody I'm in a relationship with is the fact that me and the person I'm in a relationship with would split bills, we kiss, we fuck. Those are the, and even the paying bills part, I can go be with my friends and we can split the bills, you know what I'm saying? So really it's just the kissing and the fucking, like the romantic part, that separates my relationship, my romantic relationships from my friendships. So I was missing all the signs, all the cues, and this big old tall, 6 foot something, deep voice Middle Eastern man was just kind of in love with me. And I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't. I swear to you, I had no clue. I absolutely had no clue at all. So I never paid attention to none of that. But he ended up getting an apartment with his wife at the time, and then they ended up getting a divorce, and so he was gonna go back to stay at his family home. And bless this man, he ended up gifting me the apartment and allowing me and my girlfriend to go and stay there. Jesus, the signs have been on the walls. The signs on the wall. Listen, hindsight is always 20. Hindsight is always 2020, and the writing always be on the wall when you look back. When you're in it, you like when and if you're a kid or you're a teenager and you tuned into this, because I know y'all parents be all in my comments talking about, oh, it's kids watching this, it's kids watching this, even though my content is labeled, no, not for kids. If y'all are watching this, I'ma just say, go get your education. Go get your education. The boys will be there. The girls will be there. Go and pour into yourself as much as you can while you're young, while you still have your whole life ahead of you. You don't have to settle. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to ride or die. None of that shit. Pour into you. Ride or die for yourself. Be there for yourself. Love yourself. Hold yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself how great you are. Build the best version of you, and whoever your person is, they're gonna come along. That's just how that works. You don't have to go out looking and searching for love or any of that shit. And I mean, and I'm not even just talking about romantically. If your friends are doing things that are not in alignment with who you are or the direction you're trying to go in your life, then don't do it. Don't be a part of it. Don't join in it, because it's not cool. And then in the long run, when you look back, you're gonna be like, damn, my life passed me by. And then you're gonna be feeling a way towards other people, and you're gonna be looking at people that are younger than you like, damn, I could have did this, I could have did that, but you couldn't have did that because you wasn't focused and you wasn't locked in with yourself. And I'm not trying to hound y'all or get on to y'all, but I'm just speaking from a lived experience. This was my lived experience, you know what I'm saying? And It was hard. It was hard. It was fun. It was a motherfucking blast. But it was so hard. Okay. So, anyways, he gets this apartment for me, and we go stay at the apartment. Okay. So, the first time something was off and weird and odd, but it really wasn't weird and it wasn't odd because it's like, I guess it's what you're supposed to do if you're having those feelings, but like, why are you having those feelings? So one day she decides that she is suicidal and she has the police to come and get her, or the ambulance. She calls the police and they send the ambulance. The ambulance takes her to the hospital and she's on suicide watch for like 72 hours, right? And I'm just like, what is going on? Because, girl, I go to work from 10 to 6 at night. I come home, I go to sleep till 10, 11 in the morning. We go ride around, do whatever the fuck we do. What the fuck do you got going on? But I wasn't thinking that. I was just kind of like, damn, I feel bad for her type of ordeal. Because at this point, I don't know this. Listen, the bitch on drugs. The bitch been on drugs the whole time, but I don't know. And people are like, how you don't know? How you don't know? You've been knowing her for da 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 da. Babe, we were kids in the beginning of this. So if she was doing drugs, she wasn't doing them around me. That's foreign motherfucking knowledge for me. You know what I'm saying? So she gets out of the hospital, we go back home, whoop-de-whoop. And for whatever reason, she ends up in a beef with the neighbors directly across the hall from us. So one day, because we had a pit bull, and I guess she didn't take her outside, and so she shit in my house on my motherfucking floor. And just a precursor, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful or any of those things. I speak the way that I speak. And I'm sure that the person that I'm speaking about won't have a problem with the way that I'm speaking. I'm gonna try to like clean it up. But the bitch picked the shit up off the ground. And really, I'm telling y'all now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even remember if the bitch had on gloves or anything. I just remember the bitch picked up the motherfucking shit and went and put it on the people's door. She literally picked up the shit and went and put it on the people's door, y'all. People be thinking that they crazy. Listen. They not. They is not. I done seen it up close and personal. So she goes and she puts shit all over them people's door. So you know now they pissed. And then this a big black bitch. So like if she whoop your ass, then she just like kind of whoop your ass. It's like, I can't fight this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So you need to stop. So they're still steady beefing. And eventually it gets so bad to the point to where they end up calling the police on her. And so this time, because there's a police call for a disturbance in those apartments, those people didn't really play like that. So they end up calling my friend who had gotten an apartment for us, and he ended up showing up, and it was just like this whole big thing. Because what I didn't realize, because my girlfriend at the time, she was like telling me that this nigga liked me, but I'm like, nah, that nigga don't like me. We just cool. I hooked him up with such and such, such and such. So I'm like, bitch, you tripping. So So then, and still at this point, I still didn't realize that this man liked me. So he comes to that apartment. It's like this big deal. We ended up kind of exchanging words. And listen, I'm a big nigga, but that's like a big nigga. And we're not talking about like fat big. We're talking about like I gotta look up to him and talk to him. And this is a motherfucker from Jordania. So yeah. We're getting into it and he's getting all in my face and I'm like, nigga, back the fuck up. And he's like, you're being stupid. You're being stupid. You're being stupid. And you can stay here, but she got to go. And I'm just like, first of all, I don't know what the fuck you was thinking, but I'm not leaving my hoe. I'm not leaving my hoe. I'm not going to do it. So, hoe, let's go. So, you know, now I got extra baggage. I don't let my people move into my budget suites because there was a lot going on in my family and my mom was homeless at the time. So, I had to do that. And I don't want to go back there because it's like, I didn't have to explain all that to my mama. Because that's the thing. I'm one of those people where when I'm in a relationship with somebody, at least for the beginning phases or the starting phases, I try not to go to my family about them or about the situations or like if we're getting into it, anything. I like to keep that to myself because I know at the end of the day, if we keep moving forward after I go run and tell them that, they're gonna be looking at you sideways. And every time you're not around, then I'm gonna have to hear about how weak and stupid and dumb I am. So in order to avoid all of that and keep it like a peaceful thing, I keep those things to myself, you know, until it's getting to the point to where I can't handle it anymore. And I have to start planning my exit, right? So we end up getting in her car and this bitch takes me all the way to San Antonio, 4 hours away from where 4, 5, 6, something like that. I really forgot. I think it was 4 from where we were at this time. So we got all the way to San Antonio and we pull up at this man house. It's like in the middle of nowhere, like he's living off the grid, and it's so we get there and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is my stepdad." Well, bitch, that can't be your stepdad because yeah, my man with him. That ain't your stepdaddy. Oh, he was, you know, from when I was 2 years old till I was like 11. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I never seen him, but okay. Um, so we go there, and then I'm starting to notice that like I would leave, I would go to work because everywhere I go, I have to have a job. You know what I'm saying? And we were gonna be staying there long term at first. Wait, hold on. We got to go back a little bit because I missed the part. So when we pull up in San Antonio, we're all the fucking way in San Antonio. Skirt. And I'm one of those people where, like, okay, sometimes I have trouble missing social cues. So, like, if somebody is like venting or somebody's like talking, I will just sit there and I will listen and I'll just be absorbing all of the information and processing what they're saying in my head. But trying not to interrupt them because it's like I'm trying not to be rude, and so I'll miss my cue to chime in, and then so it's just like I'm sitting there, and then it gets taken like I'm not listening, but I am listening. I can tell you everything you just said to me. I just missed the cue to chime in because you really venting about some shit that don't have nothing to do with me. So what is? I mean, I don't want to be, you know, overstepping the boundaries. So this bitch turns to me and busts me right in my shit. Bitch, is you cool? She goes, you need to say something. I don't care if it's pink fish, blue fish, red fish. You need to say something so I can know that you're listening. Wait a minute, bitch. I'm saying this in my head though, because this was still when I was still kind of soft then. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, she is the one who toughened me up because the number of niggas I had to run up on because of this whole, this shit need to be studied. So yeah, she goes off and then she's like, you know what, pussy ass nigga, get the fuck out my car. We're in the middle of fucking San Antonio. I don't know why this bitch is tripping out on me right now. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I mean, I know that I'm in San Antonio, but I haven't been to San Antonio since I was a kid. My mom used to take me to SeaWorld. So I don't know where the fuck I'm at. And you just got me out here, and I came out here with you, and I really could have just stayed at my apartment and collected my coin. That's what I could have did. But I'm here with you. So what's going on? So she put me out the car. She drives off. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But then did y'all just see a ghost? Or I'm tripping. I might have been tripping. I'm tripping. So then she comes back to get me, and she's like apologizing and hugging me and kissing me, and I'm just thinking at this point,